What's up, gamers? Welcome to the Great Entertainer Show. It's not the gaming show. We're back with the Chasm, with some good old monster fighting thing. I don't know, it's entertaining. I have no subscribers, so I don't know if anybody likes it. So let's continue. So I'm gonna be making voices right now. No, I'm just kidding. Wait a minute. Yeah. Sandhu! What the frick is going on? My shouts were in veins as he pressed again ahead, traversing through the blood, guts, and gore left in the wake of the voids without a second glance. I chased him for what must have been in 15 minutes before he halted to a abrupt stop. What are you? I gasped between breaths. But then I saw who we were standing in front of. The kid! But he was still sitting in his cell. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit right here. I'm not moving. I don't care. His eyes remained glued to the floor. Sandhu just stood there, staring at him. Hey, he finally muttered. The kid, whose name was apparently AJ, shook his head. I could see tears falling from his head as he did so. No, he choked out. I can't. Oh. Well, I don't know. Sandhu smiled, tears beginning to well up on his own eyes. I know that I said you wouldn't have to, but he began. I'm sorry, I promised I'd get you out before. I had no idea now. But there's a chance here. We can avoid it now. Dun dun. IJ looked up, utter fear pervading his expression. I can't face him. And Sandhu slowly approached him. It's okay, he said. AJ remained to recall as the seemingly innocuous statement, it's okay, Sandhu repeated, kneeling in front of him. Your gift is your own. Your right to use. AJ continued, shaking his head. Remember what happened? You remembered what happened. That wasn't your fault, but it was. His voice was beginning to quiver. Sandhu grabbed AJ by the face, looking him dead in the eyes. You've been lied to by bad people. Those same people are here with us just now. The ones that killed the people you loved and trapped you into this place. Anybody at your age with your ability would have made that mistake. It's not your fault. AJ wiped a tear from his face. If I let it out, everybody's gonna die. Sandhu shook his head. No, you've been practicing, and I've been practicing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness! Why am I speaking like I am some sort of unable to speak person? Well, let's continue. Better and better every day. Now it's time to be strong. Your father would have wanted that. No, he would have wanted you to face it head on. AJ remained hesitant. I'm sorry, but we're out of options here. Sandhu's tone had gone more serious. The man who killed your family wants to kill you as well. Can't stop him. Nobody can. It's all up to you, man. Kid, what are you gonna do? Despite still looking at the floor, AJ suddenly clenched at first. I'm not sure if it was my imagination or what. I could have swore there was a spike in the air pressure around us. Some kind of intense, overwhelming aura emanating from the kid's general vicinity. Or maybe I have simply seen too much that day. Soon enough, AJ was standing Sandhu looked both proud and utterly terrified. He took a deep breath before turning to me. It's a long story. I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, a kid is gonna get the kid is gonna get possessed here. Yeah, you can look at it. Look at the kid. It gets possessed. Isn't it funny? Well, so he lowered his voice. It's gonna be dangerous. You don't have to come with us. Just hang back. Then, after all, this is over. We can all of this is over. We can all live together. Yeah, we're going like goodbye, place. I don't want to die here, so goodbye. Was a vague warning, and one that didn't fill me with the highest degree of confidence. I could have told you myself that things were about to get dangerous. That was much obvious. I've been watching the danger unfold over the course of the entire day, but now I had a decision to make. Oh, tell the games. On one hand, you can join the guys and risk your life, or you can just sit back and see everything while you don't die. You just sit back. What is the guy gonna do? Did I really want to be in the thick of it? Did it even matter? Truth be told, I'd been feeling the prospect of death looming over me ever since the first alarm sounded off. I didn't have much time to think of it, though. Before I knew it, AJ was off sprinting, a furious beat on his step. Yeah, he was Naruto running. He was Naruto running. Well, Sandhu hastily followed after, leaving me standing with a million thoughts racing through my mind. By the way, I haven't yet seen Naruto. I'm still watching The Walking Dead. I'm at 9th season, episode 7, I think. I don't know. And the website I'm watching it from has some stuff going on in it. I think I'm at episode 8. I'm gonna let that episode be there, and I'm gonna watch it once there are more episodes out. And I'm gonna pick up Naruto. Yeah, ha ha ha. I didn't want to be alone at the place, and I sure as hell didn't want to hang out with Adrian anymore. Well, why not? A weird person from space and another universe who's cool and made the whole place filled up with monsters. But it was cool, yeah. So I followed them. The kid was kind of running blindly, and so Sandhu had to direct him towards where Senju was about to make his last stand against Kentai. Yeah, he was gonna make sand. Hey, Kentai, I'm against you. Let's make sand. Okay, how do you actually make sand? You make glass go cold. Yeah, I got it. Along with them, well, the kid was running blindly, so yeah, I was more or less certain that nothing but a gruesome scene would be waiting for us, and I was right. Once I got there, Kel was still a pile of flesh and bones against the wall. Hugo could do nothing but lie still, his life undoubtedly hanging by a thread. Along with them, Senju flattened against the floor, not the door. Well, I'm fairly certain it was him. It looked like somebody had been run over by a steamroller. Yeah, have you ever seen somebody being run over a steamroller? You cannot know, for sure. Can you? Has this person been run from a steamroller been on a video? I'm gonna Google it after this ends, so yeah, be here for it. Kel and Hugo looked both beyond sullen, their faces wrought with bitter and painful defeat. You guys came to finish the job, Kill asked us, before letting out a short chuckle. Well, nothing's stopping you. No, I stammered out. Are you guys alright? Stupid question. Yeah, tough condition, pal. Never been better, Cal responded. the guy's like goo and bones, and he's like, good top condition, man. The best health ever. Well, where did he go? Sanders spoke up. The big psycho Dis? He's a Dis, yeah. He stretched his neck out, gesturing towards the walkway on the other side of us. Guy didn't even look human when he turned body over into a pancake, muttering stuff about finishing the job and executing justice. What a clown! Thanks, Sandwich muttered before turning his head off. AJ was also starting to look a bit antsy. Something had certainly changed his demeanor. Something dark. Wait, hang the frick on. Are you gonna go after him? Are you guys like guards or something? How's that gonna work out? And that kid, isn't he? What the frick is going on? Cal called for us. Well, a bit complicated, I responded, but I think it will work out. I wasn't so confident in reality. Cal scuffed or chuckled, aka chuckled, I don't know. Right, of course. Well, it's not like I want you guys to lose, he smirked. Go kick his booty. I smirkled back and I nodded. But before you leave, do me one favor. Is the priest still alive? He hasn't said anything in a while. Yeah, but I think I saw him twitching a bit. He was like, weak. I looked over to Hugo despite his dead expression, still blinking every now and then. Yeah, I responded. Kel rested his head up on the wall. I nodded. Okay, good to know. That was all he said. After the short exchange, we were off running to face the insurmountable wall known as Kentai. While we were looking for him, he was sure as frick looking for us as well. As we moved, I tried to gauge with Sanhu, who was thinking. I was terribly clear from his expression, but I would tell that his conviction in that moment was less than strong, given that I knew I could have viewed the situation from a lot of positive angles, many of which would have led to Sandhu acting as a less than moral party. Party? Are you in a party? Is that a party, guys? You are crazy, okay? If you think that's a party, you're crazy. Hey. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But let me continue. But there was a lot of context here. I knew the guy, and unless he had been acting all these years, there was only one conclusion I could have reached myself. For the sake of the kid, this was something that we had to do. I never believed that for a second that he was malicious in nature. My thoughts were running too fast. Before I knew it, we were standing right in front of Kentai. His suit damaged pretty badly, and had dried blood caked over him, although I doubt it that it was his own. That most of it was his own. But besides one of his forearms, he wasn't injured the slightest, meaning that taking him out was going to be a tall order. But then again, I had no idea what the kid was capable of either. Can't I sneered as he walked towards us, his bloodlust seemingly transferring into the physical atmosphere around us, putting a dark, sinking feeling into my gut. But all of this attention was on the kid. I found you, ha ha ha, he snarled. I found you, finally, after all this time. It is time for my revenge. Sandu looked at AJ and nodded. AJ, it's time. What is gonna happen? Power Rangers gonna come out of something? No response, in fact. Kid was frozen on the spot, his eyes enlarged in sheer terror. I was afraid something like this was gonna happen. Oh, freak, Sandu muttered, before shaking AJ's shoulders. Come on, he's coming towards us. AJ, AJ! His voice was getting explodingly more desperate. In reality, the whole move was likely to be a big gamble. Nevertheless, it was a gamble he was definitely aware of beforehand. Will the person who is saying the story do something? He'll live to write it, so he's gonna be alive, most likely, except if the story is fake. With their backs against the wall, Sandu stood firm in his promise to protect the kid. He inhaled, exhaled. Yeah, the kid is a void. You are a person. Before shielding AJ and getting himself ready for violent but futile stand against Kentai. You think I won't kill the guard if they stand in the way of justice? Kentai boomed. Yeah, I'm more than just a guard. Now you're gonna see the best thing that you've ever seen. Okay, Boomer. And Kentai died. Now let's continue with the Boomer. Whatever. Let's continue with the story. Sandu scoffed. No, I think you're just you'll kill just around about everything, you big freaking psycho. An oversized vein bulged in Kendai's neck as he tensed his arm, ready to deliver a head-shattering blow. At that moment, I was simply frozen. I knew there was nothing I could do. However, as Kentai put one foot back in preparation for the strike, a dark ghost-like hand wrapped itself around his skull before pulling him down and dragging him around. I looked over at the predator, a nightmare-including entity, like a distorted gorilla with bulky, oversized arms. It dragged Kentai around the floor, slamming him through. Oh, the kid can do a lot of things! Yay! It dragged Kentai around the floor, slamming him through a gauntlet of reins and pillars in the process. So he died. Yeah, the gorilla creatures didn't have the upper hand for long, though Kentai let an unworldly shriek before chopping one of its arms off and ramming it his first through its head. As the entity fell limp, some kind of portal opened underneath it, pulling it through the shadows of an aging corridor. Ken stepped out. You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you, buddy? He said, grinding. I always knew you were evil. Can't I growled. I just have to eliminate everybody here. Yeah, kill all. Kill. Well, I think this guy is the worst person alive, okay? So the thing has turned into the guy is the villain. We must kill him. Why did you do this, person? Why couldn't you not keep it some sort of WWE thing? He was slowly but surely devolving into a an overpowered primal rage-driven beast. Ken, why are you? Sandu spoke up, sounding reasonably confused. Ken just raged. A promise is a promise, remember? more lost on context. But what the frick had Sahu been doing over here all these years? Look out! Sahu's warning had arrived with an opportune time. Kentai had stepped forward, launching one of his colossal fists straight at Hen's head. Luckily for him, he managed to summon a creature to take the blow for him just in time. He drove out the way of a follow-up strike in seconds later. Frick, Ken muttered. This is gonna be annoying. Ken looked up at AJ. Come on, kid. I know what you can do. I can't, he muttered, cowering down and visibly trembling with fear. I'm gonna kill. We're gonna die if you freaking don't. I found myself shouting, listen to Sandhu, huh? There's no other options here. My outburst probably wasn't too helpful, but it was my own instinct speaking for me. During the split seconds where my attention wasn't trained or Kentai, he had gotten within inches of me. Before I knew it, I was feeling his iron ripped out wait a minute. Around my right forearm. I could feel my bones being crushed at an instant before I was tossed hard into the wall. Oh my god. So the guy was kicked his ass. His ass was kicked off. My vision faded out for just a moment. But before all the pain hit me at once, if I was useless in the fight before, I was entirely out of commission now. Yeah, I could hardly move as my body slid down the wall, flopping to the floor. Freak! I spat out, a wave of blood arriving with the ward. I could only watch now. With the kid being scared shitless, there was really only one person capable of fighting. Ken opened up about 10 portals and around him. He winced, his forearm veins pulsating as hell, while a stream of blood began flowing his hairline and nose. God, I hate doing this. All at once, a petrifying roster of esoteric, huge entities, whatever, many huge entities came from each one. From what I saw, there was a dark blue human-sized eagle that seemed to be composed of ice, some kind of colossal demonic samurai with a flaming sword, a six-legged creature with large jagged blades jutting out of each corner of his body, a zombie-white gunslinger seemingly left over from the Old West, carrying a giant revolver made out of wreathing, a grey flesh, and a ghoulish humanoid with 6 horns, 6 eyes, 4 horns, 6 eyes, 6 arms, and a giant glowing green eyeball on its torso, amongst many others. The guy who was writing this must have been like, what should I place? Play something from Wild West. What else? An eagle. Why not? A samurai. That would be cool. And something with a lot of everything. 6 corns, 6 eyes, 4 horns, 5 eyes. Yeah. And why not making an insect? Oh my god, a cockroach. I'm gonna place an insect in there. Ken sighed. Well, let's continue with the story now. Ken sighed upon seeing the unsightly creatures he had summoned. Why couldn't I have just been a telekinetic or something? He had assembled a horde that would have made even the strongest man's knees tremble. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I'm gonna say it the Negan way. Whoever's watching The Walking Dead, we will know it. Oh my goodness! Well, let's continue. But he had assembled a horde that by things, but Kentai was hardly human anymore. He didn't hesitate for a second. He darted forward in a flash, pulverizing every one of the creatures that stepped up to face him, taking only a few small cuts and insignificant strides in the process. That was until he got the horned guy with the eye in his torso. Oh my god, the guy with the eye in the torso. Oh my god. That one managed to catch Kentai's punch with one of its many hands. Evil creature, he snarled before throwing it across with his other hand. He was caught again. While Kentai ran out of hands, the creature had still four. Landed a quick combo of devastating punches to Kentai's face and upper chest, causing his head to snap back, blood spurting from everywhere. However, eyes and nose, not everywhere. However, his head came back as quickly as it went, drilling into the eye creature's temple and destroying two of its eyes. They were both pissed out now. They synchronized primal rolls before blasting each other in a series of catastrophic strikes. What about the eagle? Can the eagle do something? Neither of them bothered with any dense defense or any kind of strategy for that matter, simply trying to deal as much damage as possible, hitting each other with everything they had. During the exchange, I began noticing something strange about Kentai. He was taking a metric function of damage, for sure, but the difference didn't only stem from his wounds. He was changing. His veins squirmed underneath his skin, almost like trapped snakes trying to burst out. On top of that, he seemed to be getting bigger. In fact, he had been getting bigger ever since he fought Wu. I just hadn't quite guessed until that point. He had towered over Hasanhu, whom was he supposed to have 2 inches on. Now he was even dwarfing the eye creature who had been compared size to him mere minutes ago. What the frick is this guy? I wondered out loud. Sanhu was abnormally daunted as well. He had noticed this as well. Yeah, Sanhu is so clever. Why do you want to say everything, Sanhu? Why do we want to help the kid? Who cares about the kid, okay? I would be like, who cares? Just, I don't care. Die? You want to die? I don't care. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and maybe drink an energy drink. Maybe drink a Coca-Cola. Yeah, let me continue now. Sanhu had noticed as well. I could see his eyes widening in terror from the sight. The creature lowered its head before rushing at Kentai, horn fist. It rammed all 4 of them into his abdomen, managing to dig each of them about an inch deep on flesh. Kentai's rose adorned alone also changed. They had lost any sense of humanity. He was truly in the process of transitioning into a legitimate bona fide monster. Okay, the guy was gonna become a monster. Yay! Who is happy about this? Nobody, because we don't like monsters who are killing us. But let's continue. He had begun drifting away from conversation and martial arts. He stuck his fingers out, thrusting 2 of them into the creature's eyes before gouging them in a bloody, slimpy mess. Without giving an inch, he followed up with sinking his teeth into the creature's chest, tearing down chunks of his pulsating green flesh. Wait a minute. Who's the guy who's transforming? Isn't the guy that's summoning the creatures transforming or something? Well, I guess. He finished the deadly combination by drilling his knee into the creature's torso eye, taking it out while dissolving his own flesh and bones in the process. As he began to collapse, he grabbed the creature by the neck and took it down with him, putting it into a brutal one-legged guillotine choke. He had exerted so much pressure that his head popped on completely after a few seconds. Ken was starting to look very worried, with blood still dripping from his nose. He summoned another portal with which a squid humanoid creature emerged. No use, taken out with one swipe from Ken's eye, who blitzed and it from a one-legged crawl-run hybrid. Oh, freak! That was all that Ken managed to get out before being picked up and slammed savagely onto the floor. Goodbye, Ken. You summoned 1,000,000 monsters, but they all died. Ha ha. How the guy... Well, that would have been the end for him as well. He had not summoned another portal underneath his back for the last moment, allowing himself to land on the soft body of some kind of slime creature, as opposed to hard metal. He rolled away, hardly managing to dodge a follow-up stomp that was not only decimated the creature, but the floor itself. Now whizzing all bloody all over, Ken looked up at Sandhu, and his face twisted in fearful desperation. You see, man, I'm gonna say this. If you can summon portals where creatures can come out of, you can summon portals when somebody's trying to stomp you and make their leg cut off. That's just my opinion. No, I'm gonna continue right now. No, not at Sandhu. He was looking at the kid. Come on, he muttered. I know you can do it. The kid's expression didn't waver, no spark returning to his frightened eyes. It's hopeful as I told to myself. Do your memories really flash before your eyes when you think you're about to die? Well, some of them do. The ones worth remembering and attempt to justify the way you lived, the decisions you made. You come to one daunting realization. You were there, in the midst of the misery known as life itself. And now, it was all about to fade. As another tear began rolling to the kid's cheek, not chick, girlfriend. It's chick. It's bad chick. I could feel one rolling down my own. Ken sighed. I know you're scared, but we don't have any time here. Please. Sam put his hands up, stopping Ken mid-sentence. He had a stone-like expression on his face. It's happening. Ken looked confused. What? Wasn't quite sure of the answer myself, but I got the gist of it. AJ's body was beginning to visibly vibrate, or something to that effect. It started to slow enough, but seemed intensify drastically with every passing second. Before long, his body had become a dark, formless blur. From within it, two sharp, burning red eyes surfaced, and then I could feel the floor begin to tremble around me. Well, man. Well. I think that's it for the video. Oh, it's 34, 35 minutes. Not that much of a Chasm story. It's 40 minutes most of the time. Because I'm ranting more. I don't know. That's it for today's Chasm video story. Hope you enjoyed it, liked it, and see you in another video. Goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe to the Great Entertainer Show channel. And check and like the video and share it with your friends, cause it was awesome. Or I'm gonna come to your house. Yeah, you don't want that happening. So like it. Like my video now. So goodbye.